guys, it's Chantel with Wildberry Quilting, and today I've got my dad here with me.
Hello.
And we are doing an unboxing for VIP Cross Stitch. They decided to send me some more stuff, and of course I agreed. And I even had my dad pick something out, which is why he's here today. So, sorry for all of the sound. I know this is a very noisy bag. Okay, so let's start off with what he picked out. Did you want to show that to them?
Yeah.
All right.
So this is the one that I picked.
I'm going to have to hold it up so they can see it.
Oh,
There
sorry. This is the one that I picked. It's got some hay bales, and it's on a farm.
Hold on a second. And we're actually going to put you down into the downward view so that you can see everything, and we'll open it up for you. So you can pull out the picture and show it to them so they can see what it actually looks like.
Okay.
Takes a little getting used to.
I'm not sure how good that's picking up with the light.
Yep. There we go. I'll try and get it to where there's no glare for you. And it's hard having somebody else here.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay, so this is from Spring Company, and it is, you can show them the pattern. It is a 16 count. So, and it looks like the size of, here, we can go ahead and open this up for them. It looks like the size of it is 125 stitches by 128, which is going to be, hold on. You know what? I'm not sure that that's exact. Well, I mean, that would be the stitches, but I'm not sure what the centimeters are for 16 count because it does not have that listed. So maybe it'll say it on the edge of the pattern. Let's go ahead and set that aside, and we'll look at this floss first. I'm not trying to take over from you or anything.
No, you're fine.
These are absolutely gorgeous colors. Look at all of those beautiful greens.
They are very pretty colors.
Oh my gosh. Wow. You know, I was expecting it to have a lot more browns and stuff with the hay bales, but
yeah, likewise.
But I guess it makes sense because in the picture there's a lot of green and stuff from the land and everything that's around there.
That should really come out stunning, though.
Oh, it will. I really think so. And you've got 2 needles that they sent you to work on it with. Those look like really nice needles too, from what I can see.
Nice.
Although they look a little bit large for 16 count, I will say that. But you could always use some of your other needles with it if you need to. All right, so let's take a look at our canvas. I was expecting this to be a much smaller kit than what it ended up being.
Yeah, likewise, I thought it would too.
This one was actually really economically priced. It was not very much at all. I think it was like maybe, I don't want to say because I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was very inexpensive. So let's take a look at our printing. I'm going to zoom you in so you can get a much better look. And it looks to me like everything is in its place. I'm not seeing anything that was printed between squares. It looks like it's very easy to tell which ones they are. And I'm not seeing a lot of confetti either. It looks like you've got some good chunks to stitch to where you don't have to break your thread and then pick up another color. So that'll make it nice and easy for you. And our canvas is stitched all the way around the edges. It is, let's see, we've got some numbers down here at the bottom. Let me see if they tell us what our measurements will be. No, that doesn't look like it's telling us that. That's talking about the stitches. All right, so let's take a look at how many colors we've got. We have, I'm going to grab the threads again. We have 30 colors of floss, it looks like. So
It's quite a bit.
it is. That's a nice amount for something that's so green.
Right. Right. Multi shades of green.
Yes, that's what you want to see in order to get the detail. So that's a good thing. That's what we want.
Right.
And they give you the DMC numbers here off to the side as well. So if you run out of what they gave you, you can reference this area and see what the DMC is in order to order more of that.
Very nice.
And I believe that info should be on the back of your pattern as well. It is. So you've got this portion of the pattern, and a little bit of it is also on the back. And then your key is right here, and you've got your DMC flosses right here, and it's clearly marked that that is the DMC numbers. And let's take a look at each of the symbols too, and make sure that nothing looks like it would be confusing between the symbols. Looking at this, I don't see anything that is confusing. Probably, yeah, I don't see anything here that looks like it would be too bad, because all of this is, if they would have had the pink and the orange going the same way, that could have been an issue, but it's not. All of that is a different shape. So you've got the orange going as a slant and going straight across, and then the pink is up and down. So it makes it easy to differentiate between each of these. I don't see anything that would be confusing on here. What do you think?
No, I'm in agreement with you. It looks like it's very nicely done. Should be a pretty simple pattern to complete.
Awesome. You excited for it?
I am very excited. Anything farm related I like anyway, you know that. So
my dad has just gotten into cross stitch stuff, so I want to encourage him and get him started off well, and I think this will really do that for him. And it looks like they also give you an additional information sheet here that tells you about the different types of stitches and just an introduction to cross stitching, which is very helpful for anybody who is new. All right, I'm going to zoom you back out a little bit so that you can see things at a little bit better. But I'm not sure if I showed you this, and it was zoomed out to where you could see the full size. But it looks like it's a pretty good size. If I measure it on my mat, I've got the canvas itself looks like it is, here, let's measure it from that side so that we have the numbers. It is 15 inches and it is a square, so 15 by 15. And then the actual printed part on the canvas looks like it is
12 and a half, maybe.
Yeah, I think 11 and a half. So it should be about 11 and a half inches square when you're done. All right. So if you'd like to, you should also always check to make sure that there's not a needle put into your canvas, because sometimes with these printed ones, they'll put a needle in the corner.
Oh.
And you always want to make sure that you pull that out so that you don't get any rusting or anything like that. But it doesn't look like they provided one in the canvas there, so your needles are just right there.
Okay.
if you would like to put those away, I
will
will
do that.
start on the next one.
Sure. Yeah, I am super excited about that. That's awesome.
All right. Next pick was this adorable little deer. And I think this is going to be a fairly small stitch. It doesn't look very large. This is from Joy Sunday. Although I don't see that written on the pattern, it is a Joy Sunday. And let's pull everything out here. Oh yes, it is. We've got our flosses, which as you can see look very minimal. There is not a whole lot there.
No, there's not.
But it looks like it's plenty for the size of our canvas. It is very petite. This is a small canvas, but I think this will be great for my daughter to do. She picked it out and she wanted to give it a try. And I was happy to get it for her. And we have our DMC chart. Well, I'm sorry, it does have DMC on it, but of course this is their key right here for their flosses. And I certainly don't think you'll need any more than what they've given you here. This looks like it'll be adequate. And it looks like we have 15 colors for this one, which seems like a good amount for such a small pattern that has very few, what looks like very few colors, but 15 I think is good for this. And it looks like we've got big blocks of printing of stitching here to where she's not going to have to cut her thread and change it very often, except for maybe in this wreath that goes around the outer edge. Now there is a little bit of back stitching in this. I did not look to see if you had back stitching on yours, but it looks like there will be some back stitching on your one as well. So the farm one does have some back stitching, and I believe it has some half stitches as well for the sky. This one, I believe, will just be full stitches and back stitching. And again, this is the picture of what it'll look like when it is done.
Just learning about this, I find it interesting that the color that they put on the pattern, the purples and greens, and it actually will come out brown when you get the thread on it.
Yeah, it's because that's what, see in the guide, your key here on the side, it has the purple.
Okay.
And that is number 5 here, or DMC number 435, it looks like.
Okay.
But number 5 on here. And when you turn this around, you've got all of your numbers on here. So this is number 5.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's what you'll be stitching with. And the benefit to having it be a different color like that is that you can easily see when you have not filled in an area.
Gotcha. That does make total sense. Yeah.
So if you have it the same color as what it's going to end up being, you could overlook a stitch and not stitch it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can see that.
It looks like this one came with 2 needles, and these both look to be gold head needles. So, and there's not a needle in the canvas itself. All right. And it's going to be 18 centimeters by 18 centimeters. I'm going to pass that to you, and you can pack that away. I think it's actually this one right here. The floss probably came in that, or the canvas actually came in that.
Okay.
All right, I've still got a few others here. This was a big haul. So I've got this wolf, and this is another Joy Sunday. This one my son picked out, and it is on 14 count. The deer was also 14 count, I believe. Isn't he cute? I like him. Oh, wow. So this one only has 7 colors, it looks like. But that is because it's kind of cartoonish. Oh my gosh, somebody is mowing the lawn. I apologize. I can't help what the neighbors do. The windows are open because it is such a lovely day. All right, so we've got our floss. Wow, this looks like even less floss than what the deer had, so I'm a little bit surprised by that. But I'm even more surprised by the size of this canvas. It is so tiny. You know, my son is only 10 years old, so perhaps this will be a good size for him to hold and not have extra canvas all over the place. And when he's done, we'll have to mount it somehow. I'm not sure what we'll do, but that is stinking adorable being that tiny.
That is really cute.
And it kind of makes the key not so useful on the canvas itself, but that's okay. We have a key that's on our paper pattern. And goodness gracious, look at the size of the paper pattern compared to that teeny tiny little canvas. How funny is that? Oh my gosh. It is a baby canvas. So cute.
That's crazy.
It is. And we've got our flosses, and I love these colors. They're very pretty. There are only 7 of them. I think I said 6 to begin with, but I think there's 7 because one of them is a back stitch, is color for back stitch. I believe it's this black one right here that will be our back. Oh my gosh, I'm tongue-tied. Our back stitch floss. And this wolf, let's see what he measures. I'm not sure if it tells me anywhere. If it tells me there, I can't read it. The canvas itself is, let's see, I'm going to zoom you out so you can see what I'm doing. The canvas itself is only, see, 1, 2, oh my gosh, it's hard to see from over here. 1, 2, 3, slightly less than 4 inches by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches. And it is serged all the way around. Thank goodness, because we don't want this unraveling at all. It is too small to hoop, I believe, but it is stiff enough that I think he might be able to do it in hand. I hope. I'm not sure how well that'll work for a 10-year-old, but if he can't do it, I'll do it for him.
I love these colors, though.
They are beautiful colors.
Awesome colors.
It's like an ice wolf. Very pretty.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to pass that over to you. And this one is one that I picked out for myself. And wait till you see it. It is absolutely gorgeous. This is from Yishu. This is the Yishu brand. Now, everything that I am opening, or that we are opening, I am going to have the links for down below. And VIP Cross Stitch did send me a discount coupon to share with you guys so that you guys could get 10% off whatever you ordered. And they do have some sales going on their website, which you can stack with that coupon, I believe. All right. So here we go. Look at her. Isn't she gorgeous? Trying to get you all the way in frame. Oh, I love her, and I love the little strawberries and this beautiful jungle background.
Mm-hmm. Very beautiful.
I just love everything about that.
There's a lot going on this.
There is a lot going on. Oh goodness, there's a lot of confetti here. I will say that there's going to be a lot of changing threads, but there will be some back stitching to kind of break it up for me. So hopefully it won't be too bad. This is a large canvas, and it looks like we have 49 colors in this.
Oh, wow.
Which I am thrilled that we have so many colors. That is awesome. She should come out really, really well.
Vibrant.
Yes. And you can see it is 49 colors. That's almost 50 colors. And most of what you're reading here is greens and reds. You got some skin tones, you know, some neutrals for like the skin and the lantern and stuff. But, you know,
some browns, maybe.
Yes, some browns, definitely. But for almost 50 colors, I think this is going to come out really, really well. I am excited for this, and I can't wait to get her done. Now, it is serged all the way around the edges, so no fraying. It does look like my canvas was cut a little bit short over here, but still I have all of my key visible, which is, you know, the important part. And I will probably stitch her in hand. I don't know that you would have enough room to hoop her up here in the corner. That might be an issue if you're planning to hoop, but honestly on these printed canvases, I think in a lot of cases you're better off with just trying to stitch it in hand. Now, it looks like she is, let's take a look at our chart first. Looking at the side here, probably the most difficult ones to differentiate between are going to be this kind of plum color and this pink color. But looking at it on here, I do not see that that will be a problem. That looks easy to tell, to distinguish the difference. So I don't think we'll have an issue with that. Let me get you zoomed in a little bit so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. We've got the plum color right here, and then the pinks are over here, and that looks like it'll be very easy to tell the difference. What else do we have? Oh, okay, I do see one that might be difficult to distinguish, and that is we've got a red slash and we've got an orange slash. And that could be difficult if you have difficulty distinguishing between red and orange, especially on something this large. I wonder what colors those would be, because that might make a difference. We've got all of our flosses right here. Yes, it's a lot of floss. So, actually, we'd probably be able to tell better just by looking at this. We've got the red slashes, look like they're probably going to be browns, like a dark brown. And our orange slashes, there's not a lot of orange slashes. So it may not be too big of an issue. There just isn't that many. They're kind of down here in the bottom portions. I see a red and an orange right here next to each other. So let me try to get you in frame to where you can see that. right here, we've got that red ones down at the bottom, and then we've got the oranges above it. Now I can tell the difference on that, but you be the judge of if you can tell the difference. I think that is going to be based off of what I can see here or what I'm noticing. I think that's going to be the biggest or the hardest one to distinguish. Perhaps that kind of minty blue and that light baby blue, that might be, I don't know. I think you can distinguish that one enough. I don't think that'll be an issue. So, what is the size of this monster chart? To me, this is a monster. I know there are people out there who are stitching 6 foot by 5 foot. And that's just, that's above me. All right, we've got this big, beautiful chart. And everything looks to be very clearly printed on here. It is going to be 40 centimeters by 60 centimeters. That is large in my book. And let's see what else we got with this. Take a look at our flosses and what they sent us to go with it. So we got our little baggie full of goodies. We got our needle threader and our little kind of half thimble. And we've got a poof ball full of needles. And it looks like we got 5 of them. And they're all gold head.
Nice.
Now this chart, I believe, is 11 count. So it's going to be a little bit larger squares than what some of the other ones that we looked at were.
Now, can I ask, what's the gold head needle as opposed to regular needle?
So the gold head ones are supposed to cause less friction when they're pulling through the fabric.
Okay.
And help keep your threads from shredding.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense.
But I haven't had too much of a problem with the other ones, the plain ones either. So, you know. Mm-hmm. All right. So our flosses, let's kind of open these up, and I'm going to tilt you up just a little bit because it's a little bit difficult to reach across the table to show you everything. All right. So let's see. Oh my goodness. Probably should have moved the canvas out so that you didn't get confused on the colors of the canvas versus the colors in the... Wow. That's exciting. Beautiful, beautiful color palette.
Yeah.
Lots of flosses here. I mean, there's 50 of them, so there should be lots of them, right?
That's for sure.
Well, 49. It's close enough to 50. Enough. In my book, 49 equals 50 because I round. But wow, look at that green.
That is cool.
This one nice. Too. I love those.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
They are.
Yep. And my camera only records for a certain amount of time, and we reached the limit. So I had to start it over again. I'm not sure exactly where I stopped off, but I was talking about the length of these threads and how they are a fantastic length for folding over your threads, your flosses to stitch. Now I will say though that 11 count, you are going to want to use 3 threads on versus 2 threads for your 14 count. So the 14 count you can fold in half and just do the loop method and get to work. The 11 count, you're going to want to actually pull out 11 threads for. And you might decide to cut them in half because of how long these are, or, you know, if you like working with a mile of thread, then you may decide not to.
Wow.
And yes, there is screaming in the background. That is the neighbor children. They are having a lot of fun outside. And fun is noisy. So, all right. So that is the cross stitches that we got. I got one more thing, and that is these beautiful scissors. Oh my gosh. I love these. Wow. I can already feel that they have a good weight to them too. Oh, even more so when you open them. Oh my gosh. Guys,
Look cool.
I wish you could feel these. I've got plenty of other embroidery scissors, but I wish you could feel the weight on these because the weight is nice and it glides. I'm not sure how well that will cut. It glides. I'm going to grab one of these. We will have a sacrificial.
Just don't cut yourself short.
Yeah, I don't want to end up destroying it and not having enough, but I'm gonna pick this because I think, you know, this color should be easy to replace. Oh, it cuts nice.
Wow.
Cuts like butter, so didn't feel any resistance, although, you know, probably shouldn't feel any resistance from a single piece, but that does glide. It's very smooth. They're very pretty. They've got like little birds and stuff, and these were I think they were labeled rose gold. That's what I would call them, is rose gold.
Yeah. Very nice
It's pretty,
color.
yeah, it's pretty easy to tell what the colors are on the website. They had, I think, 4 different options to choose from.
Okay.
And I thought this color was really beautiful.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
I will probably pair this up in the project bag to use with this chart because such a pretty girl, she deserves a pretty pair of scissors to work with.
Makes sense.
All right, back to the faces. All right, guys, so that was our awesome haul from VIP Cross Stitch, and I can't wait to start stitching on some of these. I hope you guys will join me. Maybe we'll do some, I might end up doing the kitting up video with you guys. If you guys enjoyed the last kitting up video, let me know and we might kit this one up together too. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys for letting me be part of it.
I hope you enjoyed getting to meet my dad.
It's been fun.
We hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Please remember to hit like and subscribe. And remember that everything that I went through here is linked down below along with VIP Cross Stitch. And I'm going to put the discount code that they gave me, which is WILD10, in the description box as well. So, you know, use all of the discounts you can.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Why do I look taller than you sitting next to you?
Oh, sorry. Little man sitting here.
I'm smaller than you.
Want me to sit on something?
Apparently your legs must be longer than mine. Okay.